so it's okay. I mean, because it's very conversational. If it's practice, right, then it's.
So yeah, Cindy, I read your cover story, special report story. Genting's risky mega bet on cruises could power its future. And why would this story, Cindy, be interesting to the Malaysian audience, for instance?
Okay, because Genting Hong Kong itself is listed in Hong Kong and with the secondary listing in Singapore. So for the Malaysian audience, Genting Malaysia actually has around 18% stake in Genting Hong Kong, and Genting Malaysia shareholders will decide on June 1st whether or not they would want to renew a mandate for the company to sell that stake in Genting Hong Kong should the need arise. So that's something that the local audience would probably be interested in, because this mandate, it's already running for 1 year, but they need to renew it by July 1st. It's interesting because Genting Hong Kong is the only listed Genting company where the Lim family actually owns more than 50% stake. So it's interesting because Genting Tan Sri Lim spoke a lot on the cruise business and why they are increasing investments into this segment of the business. So
obviously, he doesn't see this business as very risky, does he? Or
he did. He says he used the word bet, I think.
Right. Okay. But I mean, in the long run, he'll supposedly provide good returns.
For someone like him, money isn't an issue. Of course, he did say that no one complains of getting more money. But I think as the larger group, he did say that non-gaming revenue is about 40% versus gaming revenue 60% now. Gaming used to be a lot more, and I think gaming revenue, he needs to bring that down to about 50%, so that you get an equal amount of money from both gaming and non-gaming, to about 50%, so that you get an equal amount of money from both gaming and non-gaming.
I see. Did Tan Sri also mention that consumer sentiments are slowing down, and hence the number of people going for cruises are also decreasing at that point?
Actually, we asked him on that. He said that luxury product sales are actually very different, because that's he was like saying perhaps women will understand better whether how much pleasure you get from a new handbag. But holidays is something that is an experience, something that most people would not want to deny themselves. Probably he thinks people can live without a new bag, but people will still want to take holidays. And there is data, projection is for the number of people taking cruises in China. It should actually rise a lot more.
And Cindy, the trip to Germany was filled with so many medias, and how was Tan Sri when he answered questions from the media? Was it very accommodative?
Everyone wanted to talk to him, so it was quite hard. The German media was especially aggressive.
Right.
Yeah, but of course, because your camera, I think you have an advantage. So they just rushed up to him and got 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, but the rest of us, because there was scheduled interviews, short ones, but he was quite accommodative, because the few of us had a lot more questions. So what he did was he came with us on the bus and tried to answer a few more.
Did Tan Sri talk about potential earnings growth from this? Is it going to impact their profitability or balance sheet or gearing perhaps?
It would be a very large venture, obviously, 3.5 billion euro ship. So they are talking to bankers right now, and it would largely be project financing. In terms of profitability, he's convinced that if people like the product, as soon as the ship goes into the water, there will be a sharp rise in earnings. But it is risky. He admits it himself.
But then, of course, in the long term, it will supposedly, hopefully provide returns to the company, going forward, right?
Hopefully. He did say that if it's successful, if they need more than 10 ships, they will be ready to build more than 10 ships.
For more on the story, pick up a copy of The Edge Weekly at all good newsstands.